good morning, and welcome to BHC today. I'm Pastor Dave. It's Monday, July 31st. Thank you for joining me for these few minutes. The Bible tells an interesting story in Genesis chapter 11 regarding the people of earth, humanity, as they came together and decided that they were going to build a city that would reach to the sky, actually a tower that would reach to the sky, to the heavens itself. As technology was growing, as their ability to communicate together and work together was achieving new heights, they became very confident in their can-do ability. And so they made the decision that they would reach to the sky through building this amazing tower, which we actually now call the Tower of Babel. God observed this taking place and identified that even though their knowledge was growing and their ability to communicate each other was growing, they would never achieve what He had set out for them to achieve. And that is a relationship with Him that was all that they needed for what it was in store for humanity. And so God decided that they would come down, that He would come down with angels, and they would bring confusion to the people of Babylon and bring numerous languages to them so that they were no longer able to communicate, and scatter them throughout the earth. Well, an interesting story for sure, and one that I think we can take to heart in every generation of mankind. It's easy for us to become very caught up with how much we know. It's very easy for us to get, as we're blessed by technological growth, as we're blessed by a world that we can discover by God's grace how to do things better, how to bring things together, how science and technology can come together in a fashion that improves our lives. At the same time, it's very easy for us to take such confidence in our own Tower of Babel, our own knowledge as humanity, that we can very quickly worship it, live in a reality that there's nothing that we can't accomplish if we set our minds to it. And there is truth in that to the extent we can set our minds to it, and by God's grace and by His favor and by how He has made the world accomplish great things, but always by His presence and by His grace and by His favor. When we begin to worship that which we have created, we run into real problems. And we continue to see that with the power of technology over the last 100 years, and continues. Right now, our world is trying to figure out how to harness artificial information, AI, how to take technology and make it serve mankind in such a way so that we can grow exponentially in ways that is believed artificial technology or artificial information would provide. Well, what it doesn't provide is a relationship to God that provides eternal and abundant life. Artificial technology, as wonderful as it is, will not accomplish that. All the medical wonders that provide for new limbs, new features physically, does not provide for us abundant and eternal life, which only Jesus Christ can give. We continue, and mankind will just simply do that, attempt to build towers that are towers of space exploration, towers of technical inspiration, but nothing replaces that relationship with Jesus Christ that mankind was created for in the first place, so that there would be fellowship with God in the garden. As we ponder these things and live in them this week, let's remember that it's not what we know, it's who we know. Jesus Christ Himself. Pastor Rob alluded to that over the weekend very directly, in a direct manner. Our goal as humanity is to have a living relationship to Jesus Christ, following Him, and then a relationship through Him to God, the Lord and Master of all creation. Our amazing things Are we capable of amazing things as a human race? Yes, by God's grace we are. That's what he indicated that he would do through us in the first place when he asked us to be stewards of planet Earth. Wonderful things can happen, but never, ever will it replace a relationship with God. We also need to remember that in our study of the Bible. We can achieve wonderful things in our knowledge of the Bible, but the Bible does not point to itself. It points to Jesus Christ. Once again, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And from who you know, everything else falls into place, including understanding that wonderful book, the Bible, that we absolutely adore and live into, that gives us all that we need to know for practice and for leading us in our faith. But it's not Jesus himself. We are called to faith in God through Jesus Christ. Once again, it's not what we know, it's who we know. Well, I hope your week is filled with gracious and good blessing. God is so good to us. He is so patient with us. And as we are tempted to build a tower of our own knowledge, as we are tempted to put stock in what we believe will provide wonder and grandeur in living and loving, we remember that it's all about Jesus and a relationship with him and his present spirit that fills us to make us more like him, so that, as Pastor Rob again spoke this weekend, God glorifies Jesus Christ in our hearts and lives eternally and abundantly. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.